Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Are you like my shirt? Where are my witches at? All right. Hi, Schmorty. Oh, I see. Hi, Janice. How are you? How's everybody doing? Can you guys share me, pass me around? I would love that. I have some fun for us tonight. Let's see. What am I doing here? So, hi, Shmorty. I have some guests, some friends joining us, and these are friends and guests and loved ones that will be coming on my podcast more. There we go. Let there be light. They'll be coming on my podcast more frequently and stuff because they are part of my inner sanctuary. Hi, Christine. So what I'm going to do for the first 15 minutes or so, they're going to be coming on. I told them 8:15, so we'll see if they can all get on here at that time. And I'm just looking over here on my phone because I need to, first of all, I need to silence it because I didn't. But please share me if you don't mind on your pages, on your groups, whatever. And I'm just going to share me on my regular page as well because I forgot to do that. And I can't share me on WLFE. I tried adding them, but I couldn't add them. So I'm going to have maybe Teddy, if he can do that for me. I'm going to try and have Teddy do that. Whoops. I'm just going to do this really quick, and then we can say more hellos and everything else. How's that? I'm just sharing me to my regular Cindy K. Thompson page. It's just Cindy. Okay, come join the fun, I said. All right, so I did my posting there anyways, but if you guys would love to share me out to the other places, that would be awesome sauce. Let's see. Hi, Jessie. Oh my God, I love it, Kelly. They're starting to filter in. I love it. And oh, I need to ask Teddy to share it because I couldn't get it out there. Couldn't share. He's going to have to help me with that later. So, all right. So, hi, Johnny. You totally got I literally was talking to you in my head, telling you to come and listen to my podcast. And you did it. I was in the shower when I was doing that. So, and the medium of the water becomes the thing to release it to the universe. You heard me. This is my podcast now, Johnny. Isn't that awesome sauce? let's see. I have some fun things coming up. So I'm thinking about doing something maybe tomorrow. We'll see if everything. Hi, Eddie. My brother is on here. So I may be doing something tomorrow. Depends, because I feel like I have something to do and I can't remember. Like Saturday, I won't be around. But if I don't do it Friday, maybe I'll do it on Sunday. Another like tarot thing or something. But always we have Tarot Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. Supposed to be 7 to 9 p.m. Sometimes I get a little caught up and I'm on there for 4 hours. No, I don't like it. But whatever. I do love it. That's the problem. I love it until I'm exhausted and then I got to go. So I will not be doing any readings on here during my podcast. My podcast is unless Spirit, of course, has a reason for doing it, but no readings on this. Yes, we do, Johnny. Hi, David, my love. How are you, honey? Yeah, you guys all got my messages telepathically. Listen, when the psychic talks, these boys listen. Just kidding. Dumb. Whatever. I'm not calling myself dumb. I'm just being ridiculous. Okay, so I'll just go ridiculous. So next Thursday for my podcast, it is going to kind of be like how shall I describe it? It is a roasting kind of deal from my children to me. Basically, what I want them to tell me is, and to you guys, like what it's like to have a psychic mom, or in my niece's case, aunt mom, because that's what I am, her aunt mom. So I would like them to share some of their funny stories, whatever, about growing up with a psychic mom, right? Because not everybody has that. I don't think everybody would want it. Yikes. But so that's on the slate for next Thursday. For the following Thursday, I think it's let me double check because I have my calendar right here. So the 23rd is my children. The 30th, Thursday the 30th, it is a 2-part kind of fun thing going on. You will meet my sister, Norma. She'll be coming up soon. And she is actually like my little sexpert. So we're going to do sex stuff on Thursday the 30th. So if sex creeps you out, you might not want to tune in. But if you love sex, listen, I'm naughty, but whatever. It's fine. So we're going to talk sex and toys and girl parts and all other kind of fun stuff. So if sex makes you a little queasy, it's okay. You don't have to tune in that day. I'll make sure that I warn you and put sex on there, right? Oh, that was weird. I guess Spirit's just going to touch my thing. Yes, bring your wine, Janice. That's a great idea. Robert, hi. I'm roasting my kids. What? Yes. Really? I should roast the kids, right? Lord have mercy. We're all going to have fun with it. So, yeah, I don't think it's always been the easiest for them because, listen, my mom did weird things. Like, I swear she could see in the back of her head what we were doing, but whatever. Yeah, it was a little different for my children. Good, Janice. Awesome. You guys all have to tell your friends, and I'm playing with my microphone right now. It's weird. Okay. I hope my internet doesn't go out while I was in the shower, which I probably shouldn't have been showering when I did because we were having a thunder and lightning storm here. And you should not shower during a thunder and lightning storm. Thank God I did not get electrocuted. But Jansen did say that the power went out where he's sitting and playing his video games. I think his internet went out. So hopefully we keep the internet. Hopefully everything is going well and stays all put together. And what else? So we have, so that it's a two-parter. So the 30th, my sister will be on my show. And the 31st, which will be Friday, I will actually be with her doing her, she is a pure romance specialist. And so for the pure romance specialist, we are having her initiation and her coming out party, whatever you want to call it. So if you want to purchase some items, potions and lotions and toys, maybe, we can look for that as well. That'll be on the 31st, Friday the 31st. Saturday the 25th, I will be out. Yes, so these 2 Saturdays, I have other fun things going on. Water being a conductor and metal pipes. Yeah, shower while storm, not a good idea. Right, Robert, I know. I don't know what I was thinking. So, yes. So I have some really fun things coming up for the podcast. Lotions, potions, and stuff to make your emotions. I love it, Robert. Yes. That's fantastic. I love it so much. Let's see, what else? Robert is my friend from Down Under. He's in Australia. And he probably is always like, Cindy, stop it with that accent. It's not necessary. So, what else do I want to tell you guys about? So, I do have some really fun things that I've thought about for the show. And so my buddy Teddy, hi, Mariah, I'm so sorry. We won't talk about it now because we're going to have fun here. But I just want you to know that I love you so much. And I've been thinking about you and your family. Fun things. I have some fun things, some segments I've been thinking about, some quick ones, some long ones, and how to put this all together. And it's a little overwhelming, I have to say. Like, those of you who are like super crafty and creative and like very good with video and just thinking thoughts and putting it on paper and creating it. It's like the philosophical theory of entelechy. And it's when you have a thought and then you bring it to fruition. That's what this podcast is. So even though it's coming along, it's in its baby phases. It's gonna be hopefully just something fun that will make us laugh and keep us laughing, right? Because right now we need laughter as much as possible. So I'm a nerd and I'm a dork. So, and those are good things. Those are not bad things because I don't speak ill of myself. So I hope you guys will come along and have fun with me and enjoy the ride and ask questions and just have fun. So please like the video on Facebook, like my page, and also follow it so you can be updated for when I go live again. Okay. And also the same is true on my page for YouTube, which is The Psychic Cindy. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified when I go live for there. I also will be doing more things on Instagram. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. I do pictures, but I'm trying to figure the video stuff out. So Instagram, it's also The Psychic Cindy. So I would love to see your beautiful faces on there, and go like me on all those places. Would you please? Tell your friends about me. Only good things though. That's all. Let's see. I have more people coming in. I don't know where the other. I can start adding people. I'm just gonna send a message to one really quick. Oh, okay. So I'm glad I checked. All right, so I'm going to start adding people. Bing, bing, bing. Hi, guys!
Well, Jesus!
Sound like a bunch of cats in heat.
Okay, so who's echoing?
Who else would have that? Who else?
It's a dance party. Well,
Yeah. It'll stop.
Oh, that's my mom dance.
Is that what it is? The mom dance?
That was how my mom danced. That's what she did.
The mom dance. That's hysterical.
Well, I thought I was coming on alone, so I had this whole thing set up. I had this whole thing all planned because you asked me to come on. I didn't know there was going to be a whole bunch of us, so I had this whole thing planned with music and all this stuff. And then you said you're gonna put everybody on. I'm like, oh, shit, that didn't work.
No, I love the music.
That's fine, Patty. I love it. Thank you. Okay, so you guys have your headsets on. You guys are plugged in, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe I'll try mine. Because I'm getting an echo.
Yeah, that might be you.
Let's see if it'll work.
It's definitely her.
Yep. All right, let's see if it still echoes. I just hate using these things because there's a delay.
Yeah.
It's dumb AF.
Really?
Okay. So what? Yes, Patty.
Okay.
So one of the things that I wanted to do is introduce the people here to my inner people, my inner peace, my inner sanctum, my spiritual, my everybody's. So, down in that corner, that's my Teddy Poo Poo.
My applause isn't long enough. It's too short.
Keep going.
So Teddy is, I am on the show Para Talk Radio with Teddy. Teddy is the host. I am the lovely co-host. And
I thought I was lovely.
You're the lovely co-host. No, you're not that co-host. So I get lovely. So Teddy is actually the one who pushed me off of the ledge. Like, he didn't gently go, come on, Cindy, let me help you. He said, boom! He said, get off of that ledge. Go and do your podcast right now. And so he did. He pushed me, and I love it.
Somebody sounds like they're having a party in the background.
I know. Who is that? Who has the party in the background?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the TV. Is it my TV?
I don't know. All I hear is a baby crying.
Teddy. None of us have those anymore.
I know. Don't talk about it.
Look at that. Schmorty says, Ted, you're the cool dude. Yes,
Who said that?
I do have Schmorty, Linda Shimway Mort, aka Schmorty.
I ain't saying it yet.
So, my buddy Pete is going to be coming on. He's not going to be coming on until the 9 o'clock hour.
Okay.
And Norma, do you know when Amy's coming up?
I'm not sure if she can make it or not. I know she was going to see if the kids were sleeping.
Oh, she hasn't let me know any different. So I have Amy too. Amy's supposed to be joining us. And so some of the things is you guys are going to get like a segment of like the Just Talk. And in the Just Talk segments, it'll be Kelly, Norma, depending on if Teddy wants to be here. But it's basically the girls talking and laughing hysterically and being ridiculous. So the Just Talk segment, thank you. Thank you. The Just Talk segments will feature Kelly to my left, right.
That's your right.
Yes.
She got a double clap.
Well, actually, yeah, that way.
Yeah.
Down below, this one's an easy one. Kelly is my cousin. Norma is my little sister.
We're like twins. I know it's hard to tell us apart.
Twins. It's very hard to tell us apart. Norma is my sexpert. Do you love that? I mean, I don't know if I'm a sexpert, but I love sex.
Norma's up in the corner, up there.
Nope.
No.
I'm right here.
You.
That's me.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And Kelly's above you.
Kelly. Okay.
Kelly's above you. Yep.
I got it.
Hollywood Square.
I got it.
I
know, it's a Hollywood Squares.
Yes, so Kelly's literally said, because we can have the names. How do I put the names up there? I don't know how to put her. Hi, Ashley Perry. How are you?
If you go down to the side where it says banners and stuff like that, scroll all the way down.
Okay. Oh, nope, it's not that one. Is it brand, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, show display names. Okay, I'm doing it.
Ta-da! Look at that. The awesome Kelly.
That's
I
right.
love it.
I'll look that up right now. Yeah, I thought that was fantastic. So I want you guys to tell about yourselves a little bit, and you don't have to roast me.
Damn it, that's what I was here for. I'm leaving.
Right?
I mean, you can. You know I can do it. But look, did you guys see what my shirt said?
Oh, that's so cute. I love your room.
Mine just says Ted Wolf on it.
Yes. Oh, I saw these playing cards, Teddy, and I thought of you. They had wolves on it, and it literally said wolf. Are you drilling over there, Teddy?
I hit a wrong button, and it just,
And he started fixing stuff while he pushed it around.
Well,
So I don't, let's see, I don't think the oven could get that hot to roast you, Cindy. Aw, Robert. Can you?
You're already hot enough, Cindy.
Oh, she's a hottie.
You guys are too much.
I got a thing for you here
Cut
somewhere.
it out. Isn't that what? Or we could do, we could go, oh God, too legit to quit. Instead, it's too hot for you.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's not a good one. Anyway, So what? Teddy's laughing.
Sorry. This is very touchy. I can't even put my finger anywhere near it and it just starts going off.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Game.
So now we can say that's what he said instead of that's what she said. Here.
That's what she
Okay.
said?
No, instead of that's what she said, we can say that's what he said.
Oh.
Ah.
Ow.
Janice thought that was super funny. Okay, so who wants to go first? Norma?
That's what she said.
That's
What am
so
I going
funny.
first? I'm going first. What am I?
Yeah, so tell us about you.
Well, my name is Norma, and I don't have anything interesting to say, really.
What? That's not.
I don't know.
You're one of the funniest people I know.
Looking.
No. That gorgeous face? I don't think so.
Thanks. I don't know. You know I'm terrible at this.
Robert said, so in other words, Ted can't touch this.
Really? Really, Robert?
Do you like my dancing, you guys?
Yeah, I can see your legs going back and forth.
Janice said, I want to hear what you have to say, Norma. Yes.
Aww. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm a mommy. I have 4 kids. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm happily married.
Thank you.
Right, honey? He can't hear me.
He can't hear me.
He's
Right,
happily
honey?
married. He's happily married too. He just doesn't know it.
Yo, mama.
Oh, Mama! He's very happily married because otherwise he'd have 2 women to deal with, you and me.
And a whole lot of alimony and child support.
Well, or lime in a hole.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what else can we tell? Well, let's see. Well,
Who does the parties? Who does the parties?
Normie.
See, there you go.
I'm just starting. I'm sorry. I'm kind of getting new. So I'm like one of those pure romance people. I like to call myself a dildo distributor. And
Perfect. He's like, that's awesome.
Okay.
But you also have like a lot of fun information that you've been sharing with your group. And if anybody wants to join Norma's Pure Romance group, it can be female identifiers only.
Over the age of 18.
And over the age of 18.
Yes.
No male identifying persons in the group. So, but if you want to buy something, let me know.
No male identifying group. No men? Really?
No men. Yes. The motto with rubber. That's right.
Oh my God, that's what I'm changing my name to.
Foul.
The motto with the rubber.
Foul play.
I agree. So this is the thing is I even suggested maybe if you could have a male only group. It says 11 people, 11 likes or whatever.
Hey, you're gonna get guys too that are gonna want stuff.
I know, and that's what I told her. And Teddy, listen,
they're allowed to buy. Just in my group, we have to keep it to people that identify as a woman. Just to keep that they can, they're more likely to share and ask questions when they feel more when they feel more comfortable. So they're allowed to purchase things. I just can't. I have to keep my group a safe place.
Okay.
Right.
I get it. I good.
That was easy.
What are you doing over there? Who's next?
My other sister was just trying to call me, and I'm like, I'm doing a live. I can't talk right now. Let's see. I'm gonna put it. I can create a banner, right? How do I make her pure romance thing so they can buy from you at least, Norma? Right? So do I just like create a banner?
Create a banner or create a I think so.
And okay, tell me what it is, Normie.
Oh, it is Pure Romance with Norma. There's probably a couple of them, not very many, because not too many people are named Norma unless we're 87 years old.
PureRomance.com.
Oh yeah, so pureromance.com / Norma Werner.
I know that part.
Oh, you know my name? Oh, yay.
Aw, yay. That would be terrible if I didn't. Like, what kind of sister are you? All right, add banner. Look at that.
I don't know. Oh, look at that.
So, you guys can at least order for the men that are interested. You can order.
There are products for men.
There are products for men, but you can certainly buy for the ladies in your life too, because they would appreciate it.
Oh, so true.
So very true.
There's everything from mild to wild. That's what we say.
Mild to wild.
Yes.
Yes. Just starting out or for the advanced level now?
That's in a couple weeks. We'll get into that.
That's right. I'm an advanced, maybe. Maybe.
You're something.
So, Normie will be my expert.
Yes.
And but she's also very spiritual. She has her own path that she's walking, and when I'm on the ledge, Normie is one of those people that I'm calling to talk me down from the ledge. And Kelly is too. Teddy is too. Pete is too. My bestie.
How can we be all two? It has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Well, I can't choose.
You don't. That's okay. It depends on the situation. We're all number one, depending on the situation.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Very good. That's so funny. Let's see. Robert said they had men only groups, usually in back rooms, sipping brandy, but they were all thrown out. Hello, Taberini. I know what you were thinking. You were thinking about the people you wanted to show up tonight. Oh, let's see. Thanks, Robert. www.pureromance.com / Norma Werner. Mild to wild, hot to trot. Perfect.
Wow. Oh my, yes.
Yeah. Brown chicken, brown cow.
Oh my god, I need to have this as my theme song.
No, it's more like you need to play Sexual Healing.
Sexual healing.
Let me see what I got here.
In the words of Austin Powers, who does number 2 work for?
Yeah.
That's funny. So what did Kelly say? Sexual healing? Is that what she said?
Yeah, that's what we need to play.
Yes. That's funny.
All right, so who's next?
Kelly or you? Choose, guys. Whoever speaks first.
Oh, where'd she go? Where'd she go? Oh, she left.
I guess Teddy's next.
All right.
That girl,
So,
what did she just do?
hey, change us around. There you go.
Where did she go?
I don't know.
She's hysterical.
Oh, there she is. Smart ass.
She didn't want to be
Miriam.
next.
Janice is laughing hysterically that you did that, Kelly. I think it was hysterical too. Like, that was super funny. So I guess Kelly's next.
I didn't even do it on purpose.
Spirit did it for her.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my God, Robert said, speak now or forever be heard last. Oh,
Chanel, I did not scare her.
Team Fury.
Chanel's like, Teddy scared her. No, I didn't.
Wait, is Chanel on
I don't
here?
scare easy.
Is
Well,
Chanel on?
I started a watch
usually
party.
the one that scares people.
Oh, I can't see the people in the watch party. Chanel, come over here to the light. Instead of come to the dark
light.
side.
Come
Instead
to
of
the
come to
light,
the
she
dark
said.
side. Hi, Doreen. Yes. Okay, Kelly, tell us about yourself. I'm gonna put the banner down now.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
What about? I recently separated. I have a 16-year-old child, male. I don't know. Learning what my abilities are spiritually. Listening to that one.
Me. That's right,
Yes.
girl. Listen, Kelly and I literally are, so I'm 2 months and 5 days older than Kelly. So that's always like a running joke with us. Like, because if I say something, Kelly will be like, well, you're the older one. And I'm like, yeah, don't forget it. So, Kelly is actually, I have a great story about Kelly. Kelly is part of the reason I have had a broken nose when I was a kid.
Oh my goodness.
Kelly broke my nose, everybody. Actually, Kelly didn't. Her sister.
Well, you
Chrissy
probably
did.
deserved it. She beat you up because you deserved it.
Listen, we were in Rochester. Kelly used to live on Winton Road. And we were playing, it was dark out. So it was already like coming into wintertime because I had gloves, mittens. I had those big, fat, puffy mittens on. And it was cold.
Yeah.
Yes,
like
mittens. It was dark navy blue mittens. And oh my gosh, how old was I? We were like, Kelly, we had to be like 14 or so, right? Yeah, it was 14 because it was before I moved out to Ontario. We still lived in Irondequoit. And Normie was little. She wasn't even with us. She was 4 at the time. And if you were even quite 4 yet. But Kelly was it. We were playing tag. And it's not like we were playing flashlight tag either. It was just dark. It was like 8 o'clock at night, and it was dark at that time. So Chrissy is walking in front of me, like dead in front of me. Like 5 feet, 8 feet in front of me. And Kelly jumped out in front of Chrissy. Chrissy screams, and she just does an about face. She doesn't like turn and run. She literally goes, boop, bam, and smashes her head into my head. And I literally saw stars, and I immediately put my hand to my face, and I just was not feeling right. Now there's a street light in front of their house, and I go under the street light, and I take my hand away. And I scream because it is all wet. And so I know my fingers are starting to get all wet. And I'm like, ah! And I go running into the house because my whole mittens are saturated with blood. I run into the house. Do you think the adults, my mom,
but now
mom, who is my great aunt, and my mom's aunt, Do you think these people took me to the hospital? No. My aunt has me over her sink, literally pouring blood for half an hour. I could have died at 14.
Oh, you would.
But you did it, and here you are.
I have a deviated septum to this day because of it.
You know,
And she literally found out how hard-headed my sister was.
I sure did. That girl is hard-headed. A half an hour, my nose poured blood.
You're still alive, honey.
Chanel!
So don't worry about it.
Yay! Boo! I'm here! Yay! So listen, my friends that are watching, Chanel she sells stones and rocks and gems and stuff. So you guys need to check her out. When I end, go over to Chanel's if you're interested in stones and rocks, because she does an amazing gem rock auction shows on Thursdays at 10 p.m. on Facebook. So for you guys that are on YouTube, even go and watch Chanel's, and you have to be quick, because those everybody goes quick, because if you like it, you got to go mine. Elmo lover. She is an Elmo lover. Hi, Crystal. Great mom dance, she said.
Thanks, Crystal. Don't be jelly.
Right. That's right, Miriam. Miriam said, hey, at least she didn't break my spirit. She sure didn't. That spirit's way too big for that. No. They couldn't control me then. Are you kidding me? Could you guys control me when I was younger?
Can anyone control you now?
No.
No.
What?
No.
Okay, Kelly, tell us more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Like, do you have a car?
Our keto journey.
Yes, we are on
Cindy
a keto
and I are
journey.
both on a keto journey.
Yay!
And we're gonna get Teddy and Norma on the keto journey too.
I need it so bad.
Teddy, yes, you are. Yes. Listen, I'll just
Come on, Teddy, eat the meat. So good.
We love meat. We love meat. We love meat. Can you put up the link for her? For Norma again? I can do that. I can put up Norma's banner again.
Did you
I have
need
it
for
pinned on Facebook.
What's that, Cal?
It's pinned up on Facebook.
Yeah, it's pinned
Oh,
up
is
on
it?
the Facebook. But was she talking about your friend's Crystal
Oh, that could
thing,
be.
maybe?
Chanel.
Chanel, yeah,
I
sorry.
can't-
Well, Chanel can put it in there. She can put it in the chat.
Chanel,
Yeah.
can you put your link to your page for me? Can you? Yes, Jean. Yes, Jean. We can link Chanel. Hi, Ashley. Oh, Ashley, I got some new decks coming for all my peeps. Listen, I'm just gonna say this because I can't help myself. Oh my gosh, I'm dying actually. So I get donations on my Tarot Tuesday page, and I appreciate and love my peeps that donate. And so, with those donations that I've received recently, I bought 3 new decks all about love, Twin Flame Journey, and love. So, I can't wait to play with them. Let's just put it that way.
Yay!
Yes, so that's a lot of fun. She said, I'm having it early tonight. It's at 8:30 her time, which is Central Time. So it'll be 9:30 Eastern Time. My crew is not wanting to stay up till midnight anymore. Yes, I can understand. So then I definitely will have to go back to that 7 to 9 p.m. because they had all wanted me to do 8 to 10 p.m. Oh, you got 3 new decks too? What? Oh my goodness gracious. I'm so excited about my new decks. Ooh. Oh, one of them, it just is getting shipped out on Saturday, so I'll have it next week, which is the one I'm dying for. And then the other 2 I should be receiving on Saturday. So now you guys can understand why I want to play with my new dicks.
You play with your new dicks?
Yes, Norma, I'm going to come see you and get new dicks.
She's got that coming too.
I've got that coming too.
And so will she.
That's right, I will come too. Listen, there ain't no shame in my game. Listen, I am an empowered woman. I know how to get my O on, okay? I'm just saying. Where's my applause, Teddy?
Oh.
Where's my applause? I'll take the whistle.
Come say hi.
Oh, is that my JJ?
Yeah.
Take that.
Come here.
Hi. Hi, JJ.
Melissa?
This is my nephew, everybody. Isn't he the handsomest? Oh my God, Ashley.
Let's go up.
Hi, bud. Did you see what she said? Yay. Do what you do best, and you know you can have a private show. A private show anytime I want. Okay.
That's him to me.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Why is she on the phone too?
I don't know if it.
Go ahead. What are you saying, Teddy?
I was gonna say if he might like this, but I can't see he's gonna see it.
Oh, right, because no,
It's a little tiny one.
it's a little tiny Godzilla. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
You can see it.
Look at it. You see this little Godzilla?
I can't.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
know
cool?
he's see-through.
Yeah.
It's see-through right now because
A little bit.
it's see-through
That's 'cause
because
he's
he's got a
green.
green screen up. He's
Yeah.
green, so
Oh, there he
he's got a
is.
green screen up.
You see him? There.
Wait a minute.
Put him the other way, Teddy. Going the other way. Yeah. It's a little better that way. Maybe.
Yeah, I
No,
can
maybe
see
not.
You can see him. Yeah. But is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should see his big, ginormous one. Oh my gosh. He's got a big, ginormous Godzilla.
I have
How
2 of
big
them
is
now.
it?
Oh, look at Crystal. She goes, oh, it's JJ.
Oh, Miss Crystal's on. Say hi, Miss Crystal.
I don't see her.
You can't see her, but she's saying hi. Say, look at
She's
Crystal.
hi.
Oh, it's JJ. Say hi, Miss Crystal.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Crystal.
Hi, Miss Crystal.
Okay, she can hear you. You just can't see her.
Yeah. Crystal, don't worry. He doesn't hear the other naughty parts. We're loving that while he's on.
Crystal knows better. It's fine.
This is how big he is.
Oh, look
Look
at how big he is.
Holy cow.
He's
He's
ginormous.
gigantic.
I told you he was ginormous, JJ.
That is gigantic, huh?
Yeah.
I have 2 of them.
2?
I have 2 of them. I have one brand new in a box yet.
Yes.
Is that cool?
I have a whole bunch of
I love
Godzillas.
Teddy is scaring me with his big green lizard.
That's what he said.
Miss Crystal says, hi, JJ.
Say
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Miss
He
Crystal.
loves him some Miss Crystal.
Yes, yes. Oh, I want to say hi
Okay.
to Charlie and to Izzy Busy Bee.
Oh, peek your head in, Charlotte. Come peek your head in.
Only
Hold on, let me scoot out of the way.
We have 3 out of the 4.
Oh, this is not going to go up. Hi!
Hi, Charlie! Oh my gosh, look at my beautiful niece. Charlie and aka Charlotte to everybody else except me because I refuse to call her Charlotte. I call her Charlie. Jack,
Go get
my son,
Izzy.
and my niece Charlie have the same birthday.
Yes.
January 7th. They are
2
2
years
years
apart.
apart.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
Look, I can do fish lips too.
It's going to be time to go in a second, okay?
Okay.
Where's my little Izzy Busy Bee?
Charlotte wants to go get her, Isabel.
Oh, good.
We're going to pull my tooth out.
You're gonna pull your tooth out. Oh my goodness.
Look at, oh here, look at that thing. It's moved in the middle of it.
Literally like taking
Alright, hold on.
place. Hi, Iz.
Hi.
Say hi to everybody. There's
Hi, Izzy.
Teddy. There's Teddy and Kelly.
Teddy,
And a bunch of people watching. Miss Crystal's watching. Say hi, Miss
Teddy?
Crystal.
Kelly, and your mom.
Ah, nice to meet you. I'm not even sure if I'm really your mom. All right, everyone scoot. Say bye.
Oh, he's got your. Bye, guys. I
know.
love you. You got to give your mom the other.
There we go.
Other
Okay.
bud.
Oh, do it again.
Mwah.
You and see.
Mwah.
There's no more blackberry ones in the fridge.
Okay.
So just.
Say thank you.
Oh, that's what Kelly didn't say.
What?
Hey, stop. Go. It's
He
adult
is
only.
just so stinky, Crystal, right?
Everyone can have him. So
Okay, Kelly.
What did I say?
You didn't say what an amazing food baker you are and food preparer. Kelly is an awesome cook, but she makes the most ridiculous desserts that. How about your, what is it? Your caramel
Brownies.
salted caramel brownies. From
Oh, those sound
homemade,
gross.
from
You should
scratch.
definitely let me try those. Make sure that they're gross.
Right. They're
wanna
super
taste that?
gross. I tell her I'm her poison tester. Listen, I have to be the poison tester to make sure you don't die.
What?
That's what I tell her.
Right. You don't want to die.
The first Christmas I made them, Logan ate the whole pan to himself.
That would be me
The whole
also.
pan.
Yeah.
I could probably do
that's
that.
crazy. That's so crazy. That's hysterical. Okay, so let's go to Teddy.
Hi, Teddy.
Hi, Teddy. Oh, wrong way.
Yeah.
That way.
No, the other way, pal.
I said that way. Oh,
He's not that.
I can do that too.
I'm pointing the right way. Just flipping it.
JJ, I saw your dance. JJ, that was awesome.
Well, that was my Godzilla. That was my Godzilla song.
Yes.
And that's because I am a collector of Godzilla figurines and stuff like that. I collect those things. I am also part owner, half owner of WLFE-DB Radio. I am the program director for WLFE-DB Radio. I am also partners with Cindy for Paratalk Radio, which is a show on Monday nights at 8 o'clock. I run my own show Tuesday nights at 11 called Talk with Teddy. It's Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and Saturday nights. So tonight I have a show, and we are talking all things Godzilla tonight. And also because there's a gentleman on my show that his father was introduced to Godzilla, and his dad passed away, and it's a very emotional story for him, so we're going to be doing that tonight at 11 o'clock. What else? I take care of my parents. I work a part-time job. I'm also a paranormal investigator and Wiccan, or a witch, however you want to put it. And I'm also a retired singer. Yep, and I'm a retired singer from a band that used to tour the East Coast. There you go.
Name? Tell the name, Teddy.
Huh?
Tell the name of your group.
Oh, it was called Double Cross.
Yes. He is a country and western singer.
No
What's
country western. Not country western. No country western, love.
It wasn't?
Just
what was it?
Nope, it was country. It was country and rock.
Country rock. Okay.
Country and rock.
And Cindy, and
get it right, because I was singing AC/DC.
Oh my gosh.
I was singing AC/DC and all that stuff. So
Yes.
Yes.
Robert says, Cindy, the taste tester of sweets for the public safety. That's right, Robert. Kelly said, now, Robert, you know she is super strict keto. LOL.
except for today.
Kelly, I've never said that I'm like the ultimate keto because listen, I did have keto bread today. It says it's keto bread, but has like 5 net carbs per piece.
We
and
know
I had
better.
2 pieces because I made a sandwich. All right.
Yeah.
And I had potato chips, and I had cookies, Chips Ahoy to be specific, and I had
Yeah. Oh,
You
that's
wasted
staying
carbs
good on
on
that
Chips
keto.
Ahoy?
And she went back for more
Do you-
Chips Ahoy.
Yeah. Do you know what happened to Cindy?
Listen,
That's so sad.
I had 6 cookies all day.
Yeah,
cookies.
6
Cindy's.
Chips. Wait a minute, time out. You did
Yeah.
Chips Ahoy cookies.
Yeah, Cindy, your keto diet did this.
Right, when she has the ultimate baker for her cousin.
Listen, Ultimate Baker cousin, you can certainly make me some chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
I mean, I would try those too if you needed me to. I'm just saying.
I mean, we could poison
I
that
guess.
too.
Okay.
I mean, we can go out of our way.
I guess.
Okay. Joining in my peeps is my buddy Pete. Yay, Pete!
Oh, that's cute.
My short claps. I don't know what's up with that.
Hey.
I'm only
You're
allowed
just
to give the
keeping
short
long
clap.
ones for yourself.
Only the short clap. You don't get the long, enduring clap.
Aha!
I don't think I want the clap.
He doesn't want the clap.
I don't
Good
want
one.
the clap.
Right. Please clap. Refrain from the clap for me, please.
Does
Thank you very
anybody want the clap?
much. I think we're all freaking against the clap.
Yeah, I'm all set.
Down with the clap. That's it.
The clap.
No, you're not down with the clap.
Access denied.
I mean, no, I'm not down with the clap. I mean, we're gonna ground it out into the ground down with the clap.
Bring it on.
Insomnia cookies only, Cindy. That's what Crystal says.
I guess Crystal's gonna have to bring some of those to work because I've never had those.
Yeah, because Cindy never sleeps.
Robert says only the short clap better than the long clap.
Nice,
Okay.
Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Pete.
Right?
Healing Pete. I love it. Pete, tell us about yourself.
Well, hi everybody. Namaste, which means, if you don't know, it's a Buddhist little prayer that means that I honor the beauty in you, and I see the beauty in you, and I see the beauty in me, and I bow to the beauty in you, right? And that I hope that when I see you again, I see you in your full beauty, in your full glory, full God presence. So I'm a healer, and that's why I put Healing Pete, because right, we're all on a journey. I'm healing myself, and I heal other people. With sound meditations and music, Reiki, done shaman work, and just a lot of spiritual work. So just trying to find out who I am and why I'm on the journey. And Cindy and I do a lot of talking about spirit stuff. So she asked me
One
to
of the-
come on it, and it's my first time on one of these things, so I'm a newbie.
Cindy doesn't talk much.
No.
No.
Actually, healing Pete, I can give you some advice. Get a little closer to your mic. We can't have an hard time hearing you.
Yeah, you do
Oh,
have
okay.
to get closer to
Not
me.
at all.
All right, right on. Can do that. So I can put on
So-
Beautiful.
So one of the things that I wanted to do with this podcast is Pete and I, and even Norma and Kelly, we all have some pretty amazing conversations. And sometimes these conversations should be shared with more than just ourselves, I feel.
Is Teddy
I
here?
feel like,
Is Teddy?
What?
Is Teddy here? Teddy here?
Teddy, you are here. I mean, we do have spiritual conversations. It's just different.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, Teddy, you're in there too. You know that. But I just think that these conversations should be shared, and especially with Pete, we have these. Pete has a way of. Pete and I have a way together synergistically. I feel that when we come together, we just allow for a lot of healing, a lot of processing, a lot of things to come to the surface that I feel that can help a lot of other people as well. Is not just ourselves, but others as well. Right, Pete?
Yeah. So can you hear me better now?
Yes,
Yes.
I can hear you
Okay,
better now.
perfect.
I can hear something. It
Yeah.
must be Norma's background. It's kind of loud back there.
Mine?
I think it's just your background
We're hearing a lot of kids or something.
or the TV or something.
Oh, it must be the
TV.
TV. Hey, JJ. James, can you ask Daddy to turn the TV down just a little bit?
Daddy's going to the bathroom.
Okay, well then can you go turn the TV down then, please? Just turn it down.
Or up.
Or you could do it now quickly. Okay.
Tell him I'll magically bite him.
Kelly says she's gonna magically bite you through the phone again.
This was a conversation we had earlier. It was hysterical. Teddy, Cindy only talks as much as you let her. Which is all
That
the
is
time.
not true. That is not true.
See, this is my shirt for the day. Because I have all my witches. Where are my witches at? I hear Cindy's boys, I think. No, actually you don't. It's quite quiet on my home front. Jansen is playing video games, but you can't even hear him, actually. And Jet's not here.
I know there's been no screaming.
I know. There's
What, did
no
he run away from home
screaming.
finally?
No, he's been at his friend's house the last couple days. Yeah. Crazy, I
Okay.
know. It's super crazy.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
So we are talking about you being all my peeps. And I just love you guys. That's what we're talking about here.
Yay!
Aww.
So well, the reason
Big
is
spiritual
because,
hug.
Yeah. Right on.
Yes.
Social
Well,
distance
I
hug.
think, yeah, but I think what you're going after is that it's you've got to surround yourself with positive people in a community, and that helps your growth.
Right.
That helps ground you. It helps keep you sane, and not just your own rituals every day or your own prayers every day or your own activities. Right. You got to have these people that you can share with and grow with.
Absolutely. I think you just said it so eloquently, Pete. And this is the thing, is one of the things that I really, I have a lot of people approach me and they say, I don't have anybody to talk to about this stuff and they feel like they're going crazy when they feel like they have psychic things that happen to them or weird things that happen to them. And they don't know who to talk to. They don't have those people. I have you guys. I have all of you guys, right? And I have Valerie, and I have Amy, and I have Mary,
right.
and I have, all of you guys that are my spiritual love team, as Ramblin' Mike would say. You guys are my human love team, right? And a lot of people don't have that. And so if they can see that they have us even, because I think that because I have you guys, it helps ground me, right? And the thing is if there are others that can maybe find us as a community and can talk about these things, it'll make their lives easier as well, and they can process through things as well. And I think that's hugely important, especially now, because we can't get out and go find groups as easily as we used to be able to, right? But even then, when we were able to, how many people were still afraid of the stigma of not knowing where to go because they had no idea where to go, right? To talk about psychic stuff or spiritual stuff, things that just were weird and they didn't know how to explain it, right? So there are a lot of things that I feel that, people could benefit just from us interacting with each other, right?
Yeah. And then if there's somebody out there that only has one
Right.
person.
I think
Oh, sorry, Kelly. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was going to say, even if we...
I was just going to say like when we're in ego or whatever, we bounce off each other, yeah.
Yep. And for anybody who's watching, even if Cindy has a large network, right? And
I do.
A lot of people, they only have one person or two people that they can share with. So don't judge it by the number. Don't judge yourself if you don't have 5 or 6 people. As long as you have one person that you can share with, that's doing your soul a lot of good.
Yeah, because because when I became a witch, there was nobody that I knew. So I literally asked Spirit for a teacher. And my bestie showed up literally through my aunt. And I've had Valerie, who is my bestie, I've had somebody to be able to speak to about my witch stuff. I've had somebody about my psychic stuff because Valerie and I could walk this journey together because she had already been a witch for a long time. So I had Valerie to help me out with that and help me with the just saying, okay, I had some crazy stuff going on. And Norma was very young, so she really wasn't in the place where I could share this stuff with her until she got older. You know, and the thing is we all come into our own and we're attracted to those people that we feel we can learn from at a specific time. I never pushed anything on Norma, but as she got more interested in what I had to offer in a different way, spiritually, right? Because her religious practices and Pete's religious practices are, religiously speaking, not spiritually speaking, their religion is different than mine and Teddy's, even, and Kelly too. All three of them believe more, Western religion, whereas Teddy and I are pagans. So, and this is the thing, is we have diversity within our group. Even Pete has lots of different things, not only his Catholic side, but he also has Buddhism in his practices. He also has shamanism in his practices. So this is why I really like to bring up the fact that, like, when I had Jesus come in on my Tarot Tuesday, the last two Tarot Tuesdays, it's not because it's about religion, right? It's about the opening of doors and what needs to be present with that deity within our lives at that moment, right? And because I already had this belief of deity and not religion and putting it in a box, I was afforded the opportunity to meet Jesus because I have an open mind and believe that spirituality is not congruent with a pretty little box with a bow on it called religion, right? I have different beliefs and different opinions. But we all can have one level playing field, which we are all on, and we can all interact and bring ourselves to that platform. And that's one of the things that I wanted to do with this podcast. What do you guys agree, disagree? I would love to hear your thoughts on that.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah, I mean that's the way it should be, to be honest with you, across the board. It should be a level playing field, no matter what your religious belief is. I mean, I've been a witch since my training happened when I was younger. So I mean, I'm third generation, and so I've been following this with paganism mixed with Eastern philosophy, Western philosophy, Native American. Yeah, so I've had all this stuff that mixed with it. So, we've had our own followings for many, many years, and I'm 53 years old, and so I've been doing it for over 40 years. So,
And mine
you know,
started when I was in my journey was not just I didn't have any I haven't had any like religious beliefs since I was 14, and by the time I was 20 I just came up with my own beliefs that there's a duality of masculine and feminine, and that was pretty much where I stayed from 20 till 20, right before I was 25, right before I turned 26, where I was found out I was a medium and a witch.
well, I'm going to tell you a little funny story if you guys want to hear it. Back when I was really little, probably 7 or 8, maybe 9. And if you've met my mother, Cindy has. My mother looks
She's
like
so
a witch,
cute.
like a traditional witch in some
Yeah.
sense. She has the long chin and stuff like that. So we always got picked on as kids that your mom is a witch. The funny part about that is she is. And it was something we had to live up with for many years. So we used to tell stories all the time. It's like, oh yeah, Halloween's our favorite, it's our favorite holiday. We all dress up in our witches outfits, and everybody just flies around and all this other stuff. Oh yeah, we used to terrify the other kids just because it was fun. They were picking on us, and we just turned around to give it back to them because it was the only way that we could find peace in our own, environment. Was instead of denying it, we embraced it and brought it in and said. And what happened eventually is things died down to where we were sharing things like I make salves and poultices and stuff. So a lot of herbs. I grow a lot of herbs. I told Cindy I have 10 acres of herbs. So I spend a lot of time, cultivating and creating and growing. And eventually people come to you and they say, hey, I heard this through the grapevine. What do you have? And I used to have people coming to me all the time because they had blisters or pimples on their fingers from their jewelry. Because their jewelry they were allergic to. And so they would always have these bumps and stuff. So I created a salve out of the herbs that I have, and I gave it to them, and they used it, and it was cleared up in a week. So, it's all turning it around, taking a negative and turning it into a positive, So that's what we did over in time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's empowering yourself, right? It's learning to not allow what other people think about you make that your identifier.
Yeah, true, and definitely because of what has happened for the future. I mean, we've gone from, the 60s, 70s, and 80s to where paganism itself was not an accepted religion to now it's, a religion across the world, and it's accepted, and everybody's into the New Age stuff. Look at today. Everybody's health conscious. Everybody's looking for something alternative to all the drugs and stuff. So we're able to help with all that stuff that we have. I mean, it's kind of advanced for us,
Robert said, did you also inform them of the allergies to the metals of the jewelry then?
Some of them, yes. A lot of times it was they just couldn't figure out what's going. See, I have an allergic reaction to what is Aleve, I think is what it's called. It's because of the sodium or whatever it is that's in it. It makes my fingers bubble, and it's a reaction from the metal, to the metal to the skin. So it's an actual allergic reaction. So I had to tell, whoever was using it, hey, you have to be careful. Try a little dab on one little section. If it starts to spread or get worse, stop using it. Stuff like that. But, I'm not a doctor, but they came to me and I just said, this is what I use. You can try it or leave it. That's your decision.
Right.
So.
Beautiful. Chanel said she got picked on her birthday because of it being Halloween, and she laughed it off. She didn't mind being called Glenda or Wendy. LOL.
There you go.
That's right.
Turn
Halloween
your
birthday?
negatives into a positive.
Yes. Or Samhain, as we witches call it. Samhain.
Yes. Or, well, there's so many different names for it, to be honest with you, but we call it whatever we're comfortable with. I still say Halloween, and Cindy says Halloween.
Because it's All Hallows Eve. It's Halloween.
That's it. All Hallows Eve. Yep.
So,
No.
Let's see. Anybody else? Pete, anything that's coming up for you?
Happy Halloween.
That's awesome.
Sorry, I had to.
Heck yeah. It would not only be Happy Halloween, but it would be Happy Birthday, Chanel.
There you go. That's your early birthday. So I don't know. I love the fact that we can just sit and talk about, all that stuff. So it's a great outlet, like this. So yeah.
Yeah, I think from my shaman teaching, it really depends. Your journey is uniquely yours,
Right.
and your medicine is yours. And
Yep.
all these tools we're talking about, they're the way you're going to grow. And it's the intention you put behind that medicine that's going to make it either life-giving or not life-giving, egocentric or not egocentric. So it's, you have to be the one that is the gatekeeper of your action and your intention.
So one of the things I would like you to just touch on, and when you say medicine, Pete, though I understand and these guys probably understand, what do you mean when you say medicine?
Well, it's so there's so many layers to it, right? It's not just a pill. It's not a pill you're taking. It's basically the energy you're putting out to the world, and how you're putting that energy out to the world, whether it's under a Wiccan way of philosophy, or a Buddhist way, or a Catholic way, or agnostic way, or a nature shaman's way. It's, that's your medicine, that's your toolbox. So when you guys were talking, I was thinking, a lot of people, it's just, we're all going towards the same source. It's really like a computer. Are you going to use Windows? Or are you going to use Excel? Some people use PowerPoint. It's just everyone uses a different tool, but it's all going towards source. Mm-hmm. In that, not just the source outside of you, but the source inside of you. And a lot of people have problems seeing the source inside of you. Go ahead.
It's definitely mental. It's definitely mental and physical. It's the whole thing about you. It's the energy that surrounds you, that's in you. It's all of it.
Yep. Yeah. Because your body, mind, and soul and spirit, right? You got a lot of different dimensions. So it's like practicing. And how are you going to practice on all those levels?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love that you use that analogy. That's great, because so many people don't understand, like, that even religion and spiritual practices are a part of your tool kit, right? One of the things that I used to say all the time, remember, Pete, back in the day of my psychic fairs and stuff, it was grab your spiritual tool belt, let's talk, remember? Mm-hmm. So it was all about learning what tools that you can put in your spiritual toolbox, that in your spiritual tool belt, that you'll have with you at all times. Because I think that's hugely important, to know what you carry with you in order to cope, right?
Yep.
I think that's a huge thing, because as we sit here and chat about things that, some of us all understand, and one of the reasons I wanted Pete to explain what he was expressing a little bit more in depth is because some of you guys may not understand the verbiage, right? So we're going to keep it pretty simple as much as we can. And if it's a new word, pop it in there and say, okay, what does this mean, in the chat? Because not everybody is going to hear this or see us. They will hear it, but they won't see the messages. They won't see this, because this is also a podcast. So I'll bring them up for you, and bring up those. And Robert says, and some of us use Macs. That's right, Robert. Hi, Cora. Yes. And
but
so,
I think, one of the other things too is, don't worry about your journey of what you're supposed to learn or not to learn.
Right.
Best teaching I ever got was that when you're supposed to learn something, your angels or your guides are going to make sure you learn it and you hear it, and
Yeah, they will.
it will stick in your head, and it will come in like something any of us say on this show will maybe come back to you in a day, a week, or 2 weeks. You know, that was for you to hear, and
Right.
the other things might not be for you to hear, so you can just take what you need and leave the rest.
Right, exactly. I think that's a perfect way of saying it, because some of these things will resonate, some of them won't, and some of them will just maybe be entertaining to hear, right? But sometimes there are things that you'll need to take with you, right?
Yep.
Or, as Spirit likes to do to me, they like to beat me over the head with it, so I will listen. And I'm
Well,
okay
I know
with that.
I know for me in paganism, with everything that I do, in most cases, what I get, I could be
Yeah.
just doing anything, and it's usually something that repeats itself. It's something that's brought forth to me that I may not notice the first time, but yet it's beat into my head later on, or
Yeah.
it's like you focus on something as a reminder. It's like, oh, really, that's where it is, or that's what I would, it's one of those things. It just, nature has a way of just, or the world or the universe just has a way of putting things in front of you.
Yeah.
And as long as are focus on it for a little bit and pay attention, it's right there. It's a lesson. It's something for you to take a hold of. It's everything. You just have to pay attention a little more sometimes.
Sometimes it's as simple as a repeating number, a number that you just keep getting every single day, even specific times of the day. 11:11 is one of those things, right?
Yep. Oh, you mean like waking up at 2:22 every single night you go to sleep?
Yes, like that. So one of the
Or every
things I
time you
like
look
to
at the
do,
clock, it's 2:22.
absolutely, yes. Kelly and I are constantly sharing each other numbers all day long because they just are so in our faces lately. Literally in our faces. And the thing is, just by doing a simple search on Google, angel number 222, sometimes you'll see, you'll have the answer and you'll just be like, oh, I understand this so completely right now. Sometimes it may be a twin flame journey thing. So you look up the number and twin flame,
Yeah. It could also be numerology, and look at.
Right.
You can also look at it as numerology. You could put the three numbers together. It could be a number 6.
Yep.
It could be.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a lot of ways to look at it, and sometimes you have to do your work, to find the answers. And sometimes they connect, and sometimes they don't.
Right. Sometimes you'll get hit with them later.
Right. Yeah, Robert wrote
have to be open to it.
Yeah, Robert wrote something in the chat about wavelength. And I was like, right on, because wavelength, like you think of the rainbow, all different colors, all those are different wavelengths, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the beauty of the world. If your wavelength is purple, you go with it. Use that tool. It doesn't mean you can't expand though to other wavelengths.
Right. I agree with that.
I think the soul is big enough to encompass all the wavelengths. That's when you're in your God state.
Cindy, I'm supposed to say hi to you from Cora Mosier. She's watching on my watch party.
So Robert said hi, Cora. So I did say hi to Cora. So I hope she heard me.
Oh,
hi,
okay,
Cora,
I'm sorry.
Honey.
Okay.
No, but she was just probably saying hi back to me because I can't see hers.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Chanel said, I got to go, Ted and Cindy. I will watch the rest of the show after my live. Love you both so much. Great subject matter tonight. Aw, Chanel, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Please go have fun. Have a great show, honey, okay?
Yes.
So one of the things that I wanted to say with the wavelength part is, one of the things that the universe is doing right now is we each have our own vibration. And humans, as a general rule, are very low vibrational. Spirit, on the other hand, is very high vibrational. So like somebody like me that has to communicate between two different species, basically, I have to communicate with the humans, so I have to have my energy level that I can be able to communicate with them, and then I have to be able to communicate with spirit. So spirit has to lower their energy, and I have to make mine higher. Does that make sense for you guys? But then I have to meet in the middle. But then I have to be able to communicate with everybody that I'm reading for as well, and be able to put those messages in a way, in a form that you guys will be able to understand. So I thought it was great that he brought up the wavelength part of it, but it's also now a vibrational thing as well, because right now we're going through this change of consciousness where our vibrations are actually trying to be lifted and made higher, to a higher vibration, where we'll be all at a much higher vibration, where hopefully that we'll be able to all reach spirit a little more easily than what is now. I personally believe that everybody has psychic abilities. It doesn't mean that they're going to all have abilities like myself or any of these people on this panel right now. But the thing is that you honor your own gifts, right? And that you allow and afford yourself to honor those gifts and allow them to come out and be okay with that. And that's where this part of the journey comes along, is honoring yourself and having grace for yourself on this journey, because this journey is not always easy, and it's a lot of sometimes thinking you're crazy, right? I mean, all of us have had those moments of like, oh my gosh, I just need to talk to somebody so I don't seem so crazy in my head like a cuckoo. And then being able to talk to somebody else that can understand that more psychic, spiritual side is really helpful. And when Pete talked about even just having one person that you can trust to have that communication and conversation with, it's imperative. So even if it's in
and I
fear,
think more so. Sorry, Cindy. I think more so today than anything, because we've been going through months of being locked down in our own homes and everything else.
Yeah.
We're just starting to climb out of our own closets in some sense, and
another closet,
some of
too.
it. Yeah, exactly. But there's so much out there, and the energy. I mean, the way things are right now, everybody's energy is so it's very spiked on both ends because of where we are today. Emotionally, we are projecting so much out into the universe and in the world right now because of all of this. So there's a lot of things affecting other things around us that we don't see, or we don't pay attention to. And so sometimes, what scares me is the second wave that's happening. I mean, these other states right now are having a really hard time, so their energy is spiked in certain areas. And eventually, as energy goes, it will affect all of us in some way, shape, or form. And it's just staying true to yourself and being positive that we're gonna, make it through and just be positive for your life. I mean, pay attention to the good things and focus more on that.
Absolutely, I agree completely.
Sorry.
I was going to also add, sticking with our wavelength theme. Our journey in being a psychic or being a healer or whatever our gifts are,
Empaths.
and those are waves, right? Sometimes you're really into it at a high level, and then sometimes you push it to the side and say, I have this life stuff I got to deal with. And wow, something changed there.
Right, me too.
Oh, and it just came back.
Oh, it's a fan. It must be Kelly's fan.
So, just realize if you're out there and listening to us, we all go through the waves. We all go through our ups and downs, and we have strong points and times we need to turn it off because we've got our own life events we got to go through.
Absolutely. And I think that's an important point because, I mean, as we talked about, I have you guys to bounce these things off of. And really, you guys are the ones that help me get out of ego again, too, right? I mean, we are all human, and it doesn't matter where we are on our spiritual journey. One of the things that I wanted everybody to know and understand is that, you know what, as humans, even if you are very spiritual, you still have your egoic moments. You're still a human. And not everybody is a perfect spiritual guru, right? And we all have those moments where we need to get ourselves out of ego, and I have these guys to help me. I mean, I permanently have it on my wrist, so I look down and I'm like, yes, I know, I'm in ego, I get it, blah 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 blah, right? And the thing is that I did it purposefully for myself, right? So I have that constant daily reminder, like, you need to remember to get out of ego, right? It's a constant reminder for myself, but it's also that I can remind you guys pretty easily too. But the thing is this is a journey, and my journey is not going to necessarily be congruent with your journey, but you may be able to take something from my journey and apply it to your journey, right? And my journey may be farther down than your journey because you're just starting out. So it's all about having that grace and all having that, honoring yourself and where you are and when you are, right? Listen, Pete, the energy at your house is so freaking amazing. I literally can feel it here. I literally feel Mother Mary all around you.
Well, she's behind me, right?
Yes, she
Yes.
is literally all around you right now. It is amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. So I'll lift that up. So,
Oh, yes. I know right
Right.
where you are.
so this is my sacred space, right? So when you're at your home,
Mhm.
create your sacred space, right?
Yes.
And don't be afraid to have fun creating that sacred
Yeah.
space. And so
And
you're
so explain
picking
it.
up.
What do you mean by sacred space?
Well, you got to have a place where you feel safe, right?
Mhm.
And where you can recharge. And so, based on wherever your religious beliefs are, creating that space where you can be quiet and listen to your higher power and your higher self, it's really important to do. And just pray for other people, right?
Yeah.
Like Teddy was
Yeah.
talking about, how all these other states are having the corona or COVID issue, right? A coronavirus. And
Yeah.
there's this, it made me think of this practice called Tonglen, which is this
Yes.
Buddhist practice, right? Where you basically take in the suffering of others and you breathe out love and the love that you've experienced. So it's sort of a hard thing to wrap your head around because it's sort of like, why would I take in negativity kind of thing? But you're basically taking it in via your compassion and you're transmuting that and sending out love to the world and peace. So that's how you sort of fight that fear.
Yeah.
And
And
Pete, I can add to that.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cindy.
No, go ahead.
I could add to that in some of the rites that we have and some of the ritual practices that we have in paganism. It's the same thing, where you can gather or do it yourself individually as a solitary witch if you'd like to, but you can gather and basically it's the same thing. You bring in basically the sorrow, the pain, the hurt, the suffering. You bring that all in and you change that. You manipulate
Transmute it.
the energy, and just bring it through and back out into the universe as a positive light, positive energy. So in every form of religion, we have that in some ways. I mean, some of them pray, but in ours, it's more of a real ritualistic thing where we actually get out there and, whether it be using music, whether it be chants, or whether it be just like sitting and meditating, as pagans go in any way, shape, or form, you're able to do that with energy, and it's basically helping Mother Earth to recycle that energy so it's not so negative, and to bring it back out into light, into white, and all that stuff. It's some of the practices that I've learned since I was a kid, and we used to do rituals for people with cancer to help. For understanding and pain. You can't cure a person, but you certainly can help them with the transitions that they're going through. with energy, and you can do that with a lot of things: pain, suffering, what people are going through today. It's not any different than a prayer. We're just physically doing something mentally as a whole. We're just combining
Right.
it all and doing it. So.
And this is the thing is, I think with both what Teddy's talking about and what Pete's talking about is really, it's not about taking it in and making it your own, though. It's not about taking this energy in and making it your own. You are the vessel to transmute this energy. So you're bringing it in and you're grounding it out through your feet to the earth. You're taking it in to ground that energy out, to release new, positive, healthy love energy. Positive energy.
Right.
So it's not that you're trying to take it in and then you are now infected with anything, right? Because that's not what the thought is
and we're not
kind
a
of like
filter.
martyrdom. Yes, it's like martyrdom, and you don't
not
want
a
to be a
filter. Right, we're not a filter, but we're taking it and separating it in a sense, if you want to put it that way, transposing it and just manipulating it a little bit and sending the negative into the ground to Mother Earth, who can take that in and change it herself, and then what's left over as in the positive light and the energy we push out.
Yeah, right on.
And so we're not a filter. We're just kind of like if you have two pipes coming in. It's like the good stuff goes out into the universe and the negative stuff goes down into the earth. You know what I mean? It's kind of
and Mother Earth
separation. I don't know.
Yeah,
right.
Mother
So I don't know how else to explain it. That was the
it.
only way I could, really exchange
Love
it.
it.
I think that's a great way to do it.
And
So I
laughter,
think
laughter works and stuff too. I mean, that's another thing. If you do laughter, the simplest things in life, and this is something that I just want to throw in real quick, and then I'll shut up, is that
You don't have to shut up.
we've all heard the stories. We've all heard the stories where, and it was a big thing on the news too, that this was years ago, that when you walk down the street, if you smiled at someone, usually they would smile back, and what you're doing is you're creating a positive energy, a positive connection. And the more we stay positive, the more we push things outward as a positive thing, we're creating more positiveness, and that's probably the easiest way to explain it with everything else. So it's just laughter and smiling and giggling and tickling.
Yes. And that's one of the reasons why on my Psychic Cindy page, you'll see me write smile a lot, and it'll be in capital letters and little things in between each letter. There's a reason for it, because you never know who you're going to save with your smile that day. And that's really the God's honest truth, right? I mean, you never know who your smile is going to save, including yourself. You could save yourself with your own smile. And whether it's just like, a bad day,
Oops, sorry.
or if it's, something, or if it's something amazing that you just lent your smile to somebody who really was in such a bad place that they couldn't see anything. And your smile really helped them come out of that bad place, right?
Well, it's kind of like one of those things psychologically, if you go that way, especially with females. I mean, in a baby laughing, a kitten, things like that stir the happy feelings. You know what I mean? It stirs that whole positiveness. So when I hear a baby laughing, I mean, I can listen to a baby laugh all day long, because then I'm start laughing, and then all of a sudden I got all that positive energy that I'm pushing out there, and why not? But that's what it's all about. It's just the positive. We all get our downs. It's going to happen. But,
But don't live in there. Don't live in those moments.
Right. Like for me, when I get into moods, if I'm able to, I go right to the gardens. I go right to Mother Earth. I start digging, planting, weeding. I play, because Mother Earth has a way of kind of changing things for you, and it makes you think a little bit, and exactly. And sometimes we all need to do it. Just take your damn socks off and go out in the field, a freshly plowed field. There's nothing like going out there after a farmer just plowed it all up, and it just rained a little bit, and you just go out there in your feet and you just play around in the mud.
Yes.
I love mud fights too. It's so much fun.
just go out in your lawn and ground yourself out. Like, people think I'm kidding when I say go ground
It's not
yourself.
as fun.
No, it's literally
It's not
the
as
thing
fun.
to do. Go ground.
as fun.
Listen, I like playing in the rain.
Yeah, me too. And I like the mud and the thunderstorms.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
I don't like that. That scares me a little.
I love thunderstorms.
Yeah, see? There's two.
Pete and I were talking.
Two like thunderstorms.
Pete and I were talking about thunder and lightning before a little earlier today. Were we not, Pete?
Yep.
Go ahead, share with them what you said about shamans.
Yeah, one of the rights or one of the ways to become a shaman down in Peru is that you actually get hit by lightning. So that is
If you survive.
Nice.
If you survive, you're a shaman. But yeah, basically. But I think it's also because of the higher elevation there, and it's just lightning strikes are way more common there. So, but it is definitely one of the ways.
You're not allowed to go down to Peru while it's thunder and lightning.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I do you guys have any questions for us? If you have questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. So one of the other things that I just wanted to touch upon is white lighters, or light workers, I should say, white lighters, light workers, because that's one question that I have coming up a lot lately.
White lighters.
White lighters from.
All I could think of is Charmed.
Yes, that's exactly where it's from, and that's why I always get it confused. Charmed is white lighter, but it's actually a light worker. So light workers are all of the people that you see right here. We are all light workers. Light workers are the people that are helping change consciousness and elevating our vibrations. We are all light workers here on the screen that you see, this panel that's before you. And many of you watching or listening to this are also light workers. Light workers are the people that can take the energy. So right now, what I call everybody on this plane right now is this is the collective consciousness. We are all in the same thing. We are one. We are all the same. And as we are all the same, we are all experiencing things, though some of us may be cognizant of it and some of us may not be. The light workers are going through a lot right now, physically, emotionally, because we are literally the catch for all of the collective consciousness. So when you guys are processing through something, us light workers are picking up on that energy. So the amount of fear that has been going on the last, oh my gosh, since October, really, because it started back then in China, all the fear, and then coming here into February, and the fear mongering. I mean, not only do we have, the COVID stuff, but then we have the political atmosphere as well. And the amount of fear that's going on right now between those two things is very intense for those of us that are light workers, because those that are light workers have had increased amount of panic attacks or anxiety attacks, body aches, whole sleeping patterns have been disrupted, insomnia, sleeping too much. There's so many things that we have been experiencing and don't realize it. We just attribute, it's because our things have changed because of COVID. Well, it's not just that. It's that because on a conscious level, things are changing and transmuting and elevating. You may be experiencing things as a light worker that you didn't understand and realize, and you are now basically like a filter for the collective conscious. And as that filter, we are the ones transmuting that energy. So it's very, very important that when you feel that anxiety, when you feel anger, when you feel very, very drained and tired, that you are not living in those moments, that you're not exacerbating it and just staying in ego. Get the fuck out of ego. Instead, transmute that and really ground yourself and center yourself again, because that's the only really great way of changing it. And then making sure that you're, like Pete and like Teddy said, is transmuting that energy into positivity and love and light, sending out the good stuff back to the collective consciousness. Because as you understand that, as you'll start feeling these intense love feelings. I know I've experienced it. How many others on the panel have just out of the blue experienced like an intense feeling of love in your heart chakra? Just a show of hands or a yes.
Well, I felt some. I'm not going to say an intense, but some. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, and with all of us with our own personal lives as well, we tend to sometimes get tangled up in all that stuff, so we have to take time for ourselves, like Pete was saying, our safe place. That's where you can sometimes feel that, to where it's like, okay, now I'm feeling it. Now I'm feeling better. Now things are a little more positive than where they were an hour ago. And, you pretty much have to get into your safe space, get to where you need to go through meditation or whatever, and then you can open yourself up to that, and definitely you can feel it. I know that with the way the world is right now, there's this huge battle going on, and it's not just the energies and the physical and mental of all of us. Psychologically, it's just so much out there, like you were saying, Cindy, from the energies, the political, the hate, and the mongering. The people getting beat up in our own city right here, Cindy. That I saw it on the news. It's just like, you wanna help, but the only way that you can help is by taking and pushing out the love and the light and saying, I wish something better would happen for these people, and just keep working on it. That's all you can do.
Absolutely, and
remove
it's all
yourself
about,
from the negative.
Right, and that's why I say don't stay in those moments. Just allow yourself to pass through them. Just allow yourself to know and understand that these are just brief moments in time. Just brief moments in time, and then and as you're putting out the good positive energy that and love, especially, that more will come back to us all around.
Laura Keys has got a nice little comment. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She says, hello, all you spiritually gifted people. Love you all. And Mother Nature is very angry with everyone that's been going on. Yes, it has. Exactly. And she's actually had a little breath of fresh air herself with as everything shut down, She's regenerating herself.
Yeah, there's things changing, that's for sure.
Oh, Pete, I can't hear you.
Yeah, no,
there you go.
I muted my mic just so. But yeah, the other thing I was thinking of is just that as we're all ascending, right? And this is going back to what you were talking about before, Cindy. I think what I feel is also happening is that our mics for energy, our radar or our antennas for picking up energy are way more sensitive.
Yes.
And so for us, for light workers to get bombarded or overtaxed emotionally and spiritually, it's really easy nowadays. So you got to be really careful with and gentle with yourself.
Right.
And understand it's like your mic's almost turned up too loud, so you're picking up everything, and you got to give yourself that break.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And I even love that you said your antenna. I think that's a perfect way, whether you use the antenna or the mic. It's what you're giving and what you're receiving, right? And that's one thing that's hugely important right now is, and I don't like to say take, right? Because there's that whole thing is giving and taking. I don't like the taking part because it makes it sound so bad, like, oh, I gotta take. No, it's more of a giving and a receiving. It's a mutual thing. It's a beautiful balance, right? And so as we're giving and receiving, because there's permission granted in both of those acts, right? And as we are giving and receiving, right now we are amplified no matter which direction we're going, right? So it's really making sure that we are grounding ourselves so that we are trying to keep it a little,
Yeah.
trying to lower that vibration a little bit on both of those ends, right?
So I'm gonna steer the conversation a little bit differently, because this is just the giving and receiving is bringing up a story
Perfect.
that I heard once, and it was really about someone who is something I read, and they were talking about people passing on, right? And how could God take somebody that good,
Yeah.
and how could God or the universe take someone that beautiful away?
Yeah.
And in this book, they talk more about, God gives in love, or the universe gives in love, and when it receives back in love too.
Yeah.
So it's not receiving, it's not taking away someone that's special to you. It's that they're receiving back in love and bringing that person back into wholeness.
Ah,
right?
beautiful.
And so that's that. So I just feel like I need to interject that, maybe for somebody online, to realize that if they have a loved one that may be in a place of passing or going on to the next phase of their journey, it's, even if it's in a relationship, that person was brought into your life as a gift, and they might be leaving, but they're still leaving beauty with you. And what the lessons they taught you, maybe you're not willing to see them all, and maybe they're painful, but there's still a gift in that.
Yes.
So sorry, I'm changing the subject a little bit, but
no, but thank you so
That was
much.
beautiful.
I think it was absolutely beautiful and necessary, and I love that you brought that up, because right now we have a lot of people that have crossed, right? And right now, as information that I had received a while back, there's a mass exodus occurring, right? This isn't just something very small and just, everybody dies. No, there's a mass exodus going on, because there are certain people that are here and are going to stay here to help this change of consciousness on this side. But then there are a heck of a lot of people that are transitioning from this life to the next to help raise our vibrations on the other side. So there's a mass exodus that's going on, and I think it's beautiful that you brought that up specifically right now. I think it's necessary that people can hear this, right? Yeah.
Kelly is awfully quiet.
She always is, and I say
and Norma
about it too.
I'm not quiet. What are you talking about?
You what?
She's been giggling right a lot. But
Right.
Kelly.
I'm a giggler.
Come on, Kelly. What do you got in there, Kelly? Okay.
I don't know.
She'll be here till Thursday. Try the veal.
Go ahead, Kelly. What were you just saying?
I wasn't saying anything, actually.
I thought you were about to.
She's just taking it all in.
Norma. No.
Listen. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm enjoying what's being said.
You're receiving.
I'm learning. Yes. I'm receiving. Put your mind in your mouth.
Kelly isn't. How Kelly is.
I don't know, I just feel that. I feel that we are taking stuff in for everybody because we can process it faster than what people can.
Right.
So I think that is part of our journey right now.
Great point.
And then I think that
what does that mean, though? When you're saying that, you need
group-wise, that
you know it, understand. But what is it that you're talking about specifically? Why or how can we process it faster as light workers? Explain that. We're on.
You put her on the spot, Cindy.
I'm just trying to think of.
What do I call it? We're being FF right now.
Ascended.
Well, yeah, but what's the
Ascension, ascended. I don't know.
fast forwarded?
Oh, yeah.
So
Sounded
so
like
right now
he
we're
said
up.
SS. I'm like,
FF. We're being
I was
fast
like, what's
forwarded.
SS?
I thought she was talking Secret Santa.
Well, I thought it was Elf on the Shelf talk for a minute. I wasn't sure what it
Oh
was.
God, hysterical!
I'm like,
You guys.
what's SS?
Oh my gosh, F as in Frank is Frank. Frank, FF. Anyway, so light workers do work more quickly to transmute this energy, right? We were talking about this, but because of the ascension, we are learning so many lessons and we are learning so many things, and we're being triggered so often, and it's so quickly that we are going through and processing these things right now because of the ascension, because of this. And it's not just light workers, but it is all people. We are being triggered. We are being fast forwarded. That's the FF that I was talking about. We're all being fast forwarded right now. And because light workers can process quicker, that's why we can help transmute that energy quicker. And that's what I was. Kelly understood it. I just wanted her to explain it.
I just know there's a lot going on out there, and
I understand it. I go through it.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much going on out there that, you know, with anybody that works like we do with the energies and trying to bring about change, because that's basically what it is. There's so much pain out there and so much negative stuff that the work that we try to do is basically to bring about change. We need to, and going to the next level or to the next step on these paths that we're doing. Yeah, I mean, there needs to be more positive. There needs to be more light. I mean, there's just so much. You know, all I could think of is think of the Ghostbusters movie where New York City was like at each other's throats. There was so much yelling and negative and stuff, and then the Ghostbusters went and got the Statue of Liberty and put the flubber down around its feet, and then it walked through New York City blasting that song, changing it to a positive thing. You know, and that's all we really have to do is just start pushing some more positive stuff in our lives. And whether it means we need to find a happy little corner to sit in to change it, to change ourselves first, to try and let things calm down, give ourselves a break to get back out there to do it from time to time. I think we can show our youngsters, other people around us, you know, just show them how by doing some simple things like working in a garden or smiling at them, or some of the simplest things can actually help with what's going on in the world right now. And it doesn't have to be super complicated. It just could be the simple things as a smile or a joke or laughter or, you know, getting somebody to dance in their front yard. I mean, it's just positive energy that we want to promote. And I think we can do that, and we can share it. And because once you affect one person, I hate using the word affect, but once you touch one person, that person will go out and touch another. And it's kind of like that whole wave, that rubber band theory, or the whole, you know.
It's like you know, yawns are contagious, right? But the same thing is true of smiles. Smiles are contagious. That's one thing.
So is goofiness.
Yes, and positivity. And listen, if you feel like going, go ahead.
I think it's more too that we're being examples for younger generations and showing them that this is how you treat people. This is how you bring about positivity, because there's a lot of negative that's going on now, and they need somebody to learn from.
Yeah.
I love what Robert said. He goes, put the mood slime on a gigantic version of Godzilla and direct it towards the world.
Right. Well, as long as Godzilla's mood is happy, That's all I'm saying. Happy Godzilla.
Right.
There you go.
Not the I'm going to kill all of New York Godzilla.
Who has Godzilla for August?
Teddy
Godzilla
has
for
Godzilla
August.
tonight.
I have Godzilla for every night or every month. I even have a Godzilla with a little Santa hat.
Oh my God,
Aw.
hysterical. So Nick says, why do you think I always like to be funny, pain in the ass, Teddy, on your shows? Yeah, I mean, I can say the same thing, Nick. I mean, I like, not that I'm trying to be a pain in the ass. Sometimes it just happens naturally.
That's where I get it from.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just it's a start of something. You know, it's kind of
Right.
like
Yeah.
growing a plant. I mean, it starts with a seed, and your laughter and your joy and all that stuff is like the water and the sun, and it grows.
Absolutely.
That's why there's so
Yes.
much within meditation and all these positive things in the world. What we put out
Yes.
affects everything else. So, you know, we've had these rituals in our life. The smallest ones, simple as that, as you know, do you want to grow more light and love, more positive stuff? Plant a flower. Put your love into that
Yeah.
seed and put it there. Water it and push your energy in it every day. Play music for it. Dance with it. You know,
Talk
and
to
you can
it.
see that thing. Yeah, and you can see that thing bloom and just so much better than what it is. But it's creating more positive light. The simplest things in the world can be positive and work
Yeah.
towards bringing that whole change. You know,
Yes.
that's why I like being
Let your
silly
love
and
light
goofy.
shine. Let your love light shine. I think in
Meditation
lyrics.
is probably one of the best things for myself. Is meditation is one of those things that just works very, very well. And if you can get
Yeah.
a half a dozen people to sit down with you in a park and do some meditating, and you know, or dancing or
Or
whatever, you know,
visualization
it's
for
yeah. I mean,
creating
there's
love
just
to send to the earth.
so much you can do, you know, and people don't understand. You know, it's one of the other simple
Yes,
things is I
Robert.
see people on the side of the road. They just pull over and they start picking up garbage. Do you know how positive that is? You know,
Yes.
people don't look at it as a positive change, but it is. It's taking the things that's dirtying and affecting Mother Earth, and you're taking that away. You know what I mean? And you're making things
Yeah.
cleaner and brighter. And so that's important. The simplest things, just the simplest things.
It is. Robert said that's why I put the stuff in that I do on the shows to make them smile. Sometimes to make
Exactly.
Cindy laugh really hard. Yes, Robert, I love when you make me laugh so hard. I love to laugh. You guys know I love to laugh. I mean, that's one of my favorite things, and that's one of the reasons I don't want like political stuff on this podcast, because it's an energy thing, right? We're working to shift not only our energy but each other's energy. I'm not looking just to shift my energy. I'm looking to shift everybody's energy, as many people as I can, to help shift their energy, right? So
Yeah, but the most important person energy you have to shift is your own,
myself, right?
right?
Each of us,
Yeah,
we have to shift our own energy.
yeah. Because until you change your own
Right.
energy, I shouldn't say that. The more you change your energy, the higher impact your energy will have on the rest of the world,
That's true too.
right? Sort of like a battery.
Right. You have to recharge your battery. You have to fill yourself with love before you can love others. You have to
Right, but
be
you,
able to love yourself
Yeah.
before you can share that love. Even in a romantic setting, right? A romantic partner, you have to love yourself. You have to come with, you know, being okay with yourself before you can share that love with somebody else.
Well, and I think that's one of the issues with maybe I sound old if I say it this way. One of the issues with the world today. But
No.
is it just that we don't know how to love ourselves?
Mm.
That
Yeah.
we don't know how to be compassionate to ourselves. That was one of the biggest things I learned in a relationship, and that was only 5 years ago.
Mhm.
Was my partner, she basically taught me how to be compassionate to myself and to be gentle. And until you're compassionate and gentle with yourself and kind to yourself, not just in buying yourself chocolate, it's really, can you be compassionate and get away that stinking thinking and that self-criticism? And the best way to do that is your meditation, which Teddy brought up before, right?
Yeah. But it's also, this is, I think we can start even smaller than meditation, because some people have such a wall up when it comes to meditation, right? So instead, I like to say the best way to start loving yourself is looking at yourself. You have to wash your hands. You go to the bathroom, you wash your hands. There's a mirror in front of you usually, right? The best way to start loving yourself is looking at yourself in the eyes and just saying, I love you. Right? I mean, and it's one of the hardest things to start out doing. And you sound silly saying it, and say it out loud, because when you say something in your head, no matter what it is, this is how spirit communicates, is telepathically. So when you say something in your head, it's super powerful. But this thing that humans have is archaic. This device we call a mouth with, vocal cords, etc., that's archaic. That's something that spirit doesn't need. But you know what? It is so damn powerful. So you have to be careful with your words. And so one thing that Pete said is not to say negative things about yourself, especially out loud. Norma, you said something earlier, right? And I usually bring it up and say, don't say that, right? But it's because this thing is so archaic and it's so powerful that you have to use it for the good in the world, right? So when you look in your eyes in the mirror and you say, I love you to yourself out loud, you are reverberating an energy that you are trying to get back to you. So as you speak it to the universe, you are also bringing it back to yourself. Do you understand? Makes sense?
Yeah. So same wavelength
I like
here.
to say, I love the fuck out of myself.
And same wavelength here is, I recently stumbled on the exact same truth, and I stumbled on it when I have this little prayer altar that I light candles pretty much every day. And I have 4 of them. I light one for myself, one for my daughter, one for my son, and then one for all the people that I said I would pray for in my life. And what I was doing with those candles, when I got to my daughter and my son, I would say, I love you, Mary. I love you, Danny. And I would put that love into their field. And I realized after doing that for about a year that I never said I love you to myself.
Oh, shit.
Right? And then I started to say, I love you, Peter. And there's so many different ways you can say, I love you to yourself. Right?
You
if you really
your hands doing it too.
Well, yeah, let's not go there. There's a kid in the audience.
No, we need to go there.
Well, we can
go there.
We all go there.
I started something.
Okay.
You woke us up.
Next.
Next. No, so go ahead.
Even Teddy's hiding. He's laughing. He's looking for the right sound. Oh,
but you notice the importance of it for saying it to yourself as well.
Yes, exactly.
And you could feel the shift as well when you started saying that, right?
Yes, and it was very, honestly, if you do that for a week, you'll notice it, and then you get into the nuance of how you say I love you to yourself.
Right.
Because sometimes saying I love you means I forgive myself for doing this.
Right.
I screwed up, but I still forgive myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I might have made that mistake in my life, but I love myself even through that mistake, because your higher power loves you through that mistake, right?
Right.
And right. So there's no judgment, and you gotta let that go.
Right.
211, Norma.
I know. I had goosebumps already.
2/11 is our dad's birthday, by the way, and I just happened to see it. It's been 2 hours and 11 minutes, and it's just one of those things where our dad likes to let us know that he's there, right? Yeah. And I just happened to look up. It said literally 2/11:43. That was crazy. Yeah. So this is the thing is, so one of the things we want you to do is to raise your vibration. Raise your vibration by simply, when you wash your hands, there's a couple things that I really love to say. Besides, I love the fuck out of myself. I say this little thing, and I say, I love you, I accept you, even though I don't understand you, and I forgive you. That's the one that I use. That's super powerful. That you know. And sometimes when you start saying "I love you" to yourself, looking yourself, you feel like super awkward and weird. And sometimes you have to laugh, and that's okay, because when you laugh, that's another positive vibration that you're sending out. But it's okay to feel awkward. It's okay to, but you'll notice a shift, and then you'll soon start believing what you're saying. That's the important part. That little shift, that when you feel that shift of loving yourself, and you're just going to keep doing it, and then one day you're going to be like, I do love myself. Whoa, what? How did that happen?
Yeah.
And then you realize it's just so simple, and you don't realize when it actually happens. It's not like a lightning bolt moment. It's just that you realize that you have placed yourself in the care of gentle hands, which are your own at that point. You're carrying yourself and allowing for yourself to love yourself. And you're honoring yourself when you do that. And you're also having grace for yourself, you know?
Agreed.
I was waiting for Pete to say something. He says something. What is it? That's his turn. What is it that you say, Pete, after I say something like that? You usually say something to me.
When you were talking, I was thinking about the word grace. You know, and it's a commonly used word, but not a lot of people know.
Right.
The importance of it.
It's so important.
You know, grace to me is when it's sort of like a divine moment where Spirit or God comes in to that room or that moment of your life, and you get the clarity to see and act in a way that you weren't gonna act, or you just feel that love, right? It's sort of like when you had the Christ consciousness coming through you. When that love comes in, you know it.
I even like to make it simpler so they don't have to feel like, oh my God, I have to wait for Jesus to come through.
Yeah.
I want to put it this way. If you have a best friend and your best friend is saying something mean about themselves, or your parent, or your child, or your friend, right? If they're saying something mean about themselves, do you want your friend saying something mean about yourself? Or you're like, hey, I don't want you saying something mean about yourself, because that's my friend. You're my child. You're my parent. You're my whatever, right? And instead, when I say having grace for yourself, it's like, oh, I'm going to go, oh yeah, I need to talk to myself like I'm my own best friend. I need to have that moment and say, oh yeah, I shouldn't say that about myself. And because you know what, you wouldn't rip your friend, your child, your parent through the mill. How could you do that? No, but we do it to ourselves. Instead, we have that moment of clarity and grace, and we just do it for ourselves, right?
Yeah, grace. So grace is like the hot knife that cuts through our fear.
Yeah.
So that we can get to the real core of where the love lies and where the worth is,
Mm,
right?
mm, mm.
And
Yeah.
so
Where
I think,
the love lies,
yeah,
where the worth lies.
and it's the fear in our hearts that, in our conditioning, in our family of origin, we get a lot of fear, and that just, so grace is what is the gift that cuts through that.
Yeah. And we can use it on ourselves any moment.
And others, right? I mean, I've done a
And others.
lot of healing work with people that
Yeah.
are crossing over, like are passing away.
Yes.
And those moments are very
Joe?
beautiful if you can stay in them, right? And be
Mhm.
there. And one of the most powerful times is where I tell that person that they're forgiven. Because
Yes.
I think in our humanness, we need to hear that we're forgiven.
Yes.
And I just think it's so powerful. I know, like, this might be weird for this group, but I mean, it's the one thing, growing up Catholic, it's the one thing Catholics hate to do is go to confession, right? To a priest.
Norma's laughing. She understands.
But
So much so.
But at the same time, my humanness, I know, needs to hear when that priest says your sins are forgiven, and there's nothing binding you anymore. And you know, that's I think what people struggle with the most in their lives is they don't forgive themselves.
Yes.
And they're waiting for somebody else to give them permission to forgive themselves, but they don't do it. So they don't give themselves that love of forgiveness.
Yeah.
Or forgiveness of love, or play with those words for a while. But yeah.
Yeah, and even think about it
There's
this way.
also,
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's also forgiving those that have done stuff to you. And just doing the forgiveness is not only to forgive them, but to relieve yourself of that pain.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was paying attention. Sorry, I'm just getting ready for my own show. I gotta get things put together. That's all.
I understand. If you need to run, I get it. I understand completely. And I'm so thankful that you came on. And
that's okay.
This has been a gift for me. I feel blessed so much that I had my friends on here and my family on here, right? Because you guys really are all my family when it comes down to it, right? My tribe even. And I think that just that those that have listened and heard what we've had to say really they have now become part of our tribe too, right? They get to see and understand some of the things that we talk about. I mean, it sounds silly, but just going back to the thing that you can say so easily and simply, I mean, just to help allow yourself forgiveness is that little thing. Say it in the mirror, friends. You know, I love myself. I accept myself, even if I don't understand myself, and I forgive myself. So powerful words just to help ourselves and have a little grace for ourselves.
Yeah, and as Kelly said, and a lot of the great teachers like Wayne Dyer even says, you got to forgive the other people in your life too.
Yeah.
Right. Even though they might have hurt you, like a lot of us have gone through divorces or breakups or have gotten fired or just so many things, right? That hurt the soul or hurt the humanness in us. And you gotta, if you can say, and you don't even have to own the whole action of it. You can just sort of say, I forgive you, but higher power, I can't do this on my own. You got to do the rest of it. I'm just going to say, my intention is to forgive, and get that energy out of my field, because until you do forgive, because I had this with my sister, like, and it's still somewhat there, but we we're arguing, and it's sort of like I carried that for years, and then I just said, I'm getting sick because I'm carrying this anger. I got to release it, right? So until I did that, once I did that, it sort of changed. My energy, I was sleeping much better after that.
Yeah. I'll even give a story which is very private, right? I mean, some of you guys know this story, which is, so I have had some moments of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I had been going through this heavily again in regard to my son's father. I was literally on my bathroom floor in a fetal position, and I had had enough. And this is the thing, is it was bad, and I needed to be able to I was so angry, and it was eating at me, literally. And then I'd have flashbacks of these moments, and you can only take so much in your life until you just can't hold on to it anymore. And so I literally asked Spirit, I said, I can't do this on my own anymore. I can't do this. I may not forget what has happened, but I need to forgive him. Can you help me forgive him? And it wasn't for him. It was for me. So I could release that pain and that anger and forgive myself. So in order to forgive myself, I needed to forgive him. So I literally asked Spirit to help me. And I felt a release like I never felt before. And since I've done that several years ago now, I have never had that. It's never been so heightened. It's never been, I haven't had PTSD moments again since that happened, since I forgave him. But this is the thing. The next day, Spirit wanted to test the theory if I had forgiven him. I don't see him. I rarely see him, ever. Never. I think in these, Jansen is 17, well, Jet's 15. In these last 15 years, I've probably seen him 3 to 5 times, and 5 is a lot. So, I was in my local grocery store, and I never see him. The next day I saw him, and I didn't feel anything. I felt nothing. No emotion, no anything. And he saw me, and he did this, and I literally was able to do that back to him. And I felt no emotion. I had no anger. I had no animosity. I felt completely calm and centered, which I had never been before that moment. I had things that would have flooded my brain, trauma that would have flooded my brain, and it did not. And I felt nothing. It was the most amazing thing, and I have to say that I was able to forgive myself in that moment. I literally saw him as a 5-year-old child, and there's something that when you go and see an adult as a 5-year-old child, you just don't know who has scarred that child or what trauma has happened to that child. Instead, it's just easier to take a child into you as an adult and love that child and be able to forgive that child, right? That's how I personally had to do it. So that's how I chose to do it. And that's also how I chose to forgive myself. In that same moment, I took my 5-year-old self and hugged her and said, it's okay for these things. I love you and I forgive you, right? And it was one of the most powerful things I've ever done. And that was by myself that I did that. It was pretty amazing.
Psychologically, Cindy, there's a lot of things that we all need to do for ourselves that we don't think about.
Right.
And
absolutely,
it changes. It will make a positive change. I mean, all of us have had a traumatic experience somewhere in our life to where I've had 2 major traumatic experiences, and
Yeah.
at both levels, I had to learn, instead of sucking that in and keeping it here inside, I had to learn to release it, to forgive, to push it out, and it was myself first, and then it's saying, you know what, it's done, it's over with, it's gone. I'm allowing myself to heal. I'm allowing myself to forgive and to move on. And when you do that, you can breathe a little easier, and it gets better each day. You know what I mean? But you have to learn to do that.
Yeah.
And we do mention meditation a lot, and that's only because that's a look
we do.
inside. You look inside yourself. You try to find the answers. You try to find roots, I guess, doorways, things to better yourself, new, paths, all these different things. And we've all been in situations, personal situations, where somebody's wronged us or hurt us. And if you take it in so personally and hold that, like that grudge or whatever, like, oh, that person scarred me, or, gave me so much pain, I hate that person. You can't do that, because eventually you're walking around with
Carrying it.
Think about it as in like bubbles. You carry around all these big bubbles all over your body, to where they're like, your energy just is so scarred and so dark and so dirty. You can't. I mean, no matter, it's almost like when you try to cleanse yourself in the shower to push all the negative into the ground. It's it's the same thing. You need to learn to forgive yourself, move forward, forgive them, whether they know it or not. You need to do it for yourself, so that you can move on your own path, your own, walkways of life, your own journeys. That's the only way you move forward, is get rid of it. I've forgiven myself for so many things that it wasn't even me that did it, but I had to forgive myself to move forward, so I didn't carry that emotion and that hate and all that stuff that's inside me. And that's what you need to do. And we all do it. We get wronged every single day. Somebody says something or does something that hurts your feelings, or this and that. You need to learn a couple things. 1, to grow a thicker skin. 2, to understand that that's how people are today. They are ruder today than they've ever been. They are more self-centered, sarcastic, just angrier and meaner. There's just so many things about this world with people today that we need to learn to forgive ourselves more. We need to learn to take this in and make it a more positive thing, and understand that it's not always us. We have to learn to wear a shield,
not think like
armor.
That. I'd rather not think that everybody is ruder and everybody is. I'd rather not.
Well, I'm not saying you think it. I'm not saying think that, but I'm just saying that it's there. So you need to learn to have a shield or an armor and forgive yourself. Find your holiness, your sunshine, your bright light. You need to make sure that. But that's what I'm saying, is you can't always worry about things that you personally can't change. You need to worry about yourself, to change yourself, to move forward, to dodge this, to find a new route.
Be the change you wish to see.
So it's making
but Cindy,
me.
I have to go soon. Just so you know, I have
That's
to go
okay.
soon.
Teddy, I love you, and if you need to go, you can go ahead and cut out. I know that you need to go. You've got to get ready for your show too.
Yeah,
I love you.
29 minutes.
I'm grateful.
I just need a little prep. That's all.
I'm grateful that you came and shared some time.
Well, I just want to say I'm glad that I met everybody here, Norma, awesome Kelly, Healing Pete. It was nice to meet you all. Love and light, peace and love, all that good stuff.
Yes, and Teddy, thanks for the
true.
Teddy, thanks for the clap. Thanks for the clap.
I've always wanted to share the clap, and I finally did, and actually somebody said thank you. That's so great. That is so great. I love it.
We were talking about forgiveness, so I thought we...
There you go. So, yes. There you go. There you go. So on that note, I am going to leave, but with one little thing for you. I'm going to leave you with this.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, Teddy.
Bye.
I love you.
Bye. Love you,
Bye.
too.
All right.
Oh, the fan had to be his fan.
His,
I don't
yeah,
That's
exactly.
so funny. That's so funny.
Yeah,
like
she
it now.
always blames me.
Sorry. Sorry, Kelly. Well, because wait a second. It usually
Kelly, but you have to forgive her.
Yes. You guys, thank
I'll
you
think
so
about
much.
it.
Listen, girl.
Yeah. So that brings up my last story. Is there's
I love it. Go.
there's this saint called Saint John of the Cross, right? And one of his sayings is about the mystical castle, right? And it's sort of about taking your mystical journey towards Christ consciousness and God. And his famous line in this book is really, if you're going to go to a place you need to get to, like the mystical city, you need to take the road that you have not traveled before. Right? And a lot of us here is, I think what we're really saying in a lot of these things is you take a look at taking a different road. And this might be a different path for you to take. And some of the tools to get there is meditation and forgiveness and loving yourself and to heal the world, because you're healing yourself and you're healing the world and you're raising everybody's vibration by doing that. So, have the courage to do it, and write on that you're even listening today.
Right. Yes. Thank you so much for listening and sharing this time with us, because I think it's awesome. And the funny part is we were all like, well, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to say? And is it more about something that, we have a specific topic, or are we just going to allow, the consciousness to flow between us? And I think that, and this is the thing is, Pete, you and I, this is one of the things that is imperative with us, right? I mean, we always just allow what comes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what allows the healing to take place. That's what allows the processing to take place, because this is the thing is sometimes it's about the jokes and sometimes it's about touching ourselves, right? But sometimes
there she goes again. She's your sister. She's your sister, Norma. That's all I gotta say.
I will claim it.
I know it runs in the family. That's all I can
say. I mean, it might just a little bit.
It does. It definitely does.
That's funny.
I mean, the thing is whether it's through laughter or whether it's through forgiveness of ourselves, that we're raising this energy level, right? And showing love, right? And especially to ourselves first and foremost. But the thing is that other people being able to hear this, they can then pass on that love, right? They can then say, hey, you know what I heard last night? That was interesting to me. And if there's one person that can take one little thing from this, then we have done our purpose for the whole evening, right? Truly. If just one person carries it on, because again, it's like a smile that is contagious, right? You're passing on that love. We are sharing our love with you and each other, right? And in doing so, we help raise the vibration, not only for us that are in the panel, but we raise it for those that are listening, that are watching, right? And I think that's huge. We're setting out to complete the goals that we were trying to achieve, right? Nobody is speaking.
Listen, it's past my bedtime. I'm 104 years old, so.
I hear you. I think it's time to just say namaste and.
Absolutely.
Blessings, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm appreciative of all of you guys.
And I would also say collectively, let's all of us maybe on this panel just send the blessing out to whoever's listening, whether it's now or in the future, just so that they know that they're touched and that they're blessed and that they're not alone and that there's love in the world.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
So thanks for being on your journey. Go ahead, Cindy. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, why don't we just take a moment and just send that love out to everybody? I'm super happy to do that. And we can see it even as a color, right? How about if we see it as pink for self-love? Okay? Because as we love ourselves, we can love others as well, right? So we always should put the oxygen mask on ourselves. So seeing ourselves wrapped in pink love and pink light, and then sending that out to the universe, and of the people listening and watching, we're going to send that out. So as we sit here, I'm just going to take a moment and see it starting in my heart chakra. Feeling myself. And you can see it growing, or see that it goes out to all those others.
Three, two, one, go.
Thank you, Pete. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Hi, Indira. No readings tonight. This is just the podcast, but thank you so much for coming. You guys, Pete, Norma, Kelly, thank you so much for coming and sharing your beautiful energies with everybody and sharing with me, because you guys know I love you all so much. You guys know what you mean to me personally. And I don't know what I would do without you guys, and that is the truth, and that is the truth. I appreciate you guys so much, and I appreciate your humor and your love and your wisecrack sense of humors. and I just love your spirits. So I appreciate you guys sharing, taking your time and sharing with me and the people that have been here and listened and jumped off and come back on. And I just, you guys mean so much to me, and I appreciate you all.
Appreciate you too.
Okay. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you guys.
I
Thank
love
you.
you guys. Thank you.
Love you.
I love you.
I
I'm
love you.
just going to wrap it up and say goodbye to everybody. Mwah! You guys, hi, Amy. Oh, please do. You guys would probably enjoy this conversation, because what I did is I shared with you my peeps, my family, my friends, that they're all part of my family, really. And if you decide to share it, please share it with your friends. If you find anything that you found that you as a takeaway moment, please share it with with your people, right? That's so weird. That's doing some funny things. The light is doing funny things on my glasses. So I appreciate you guys. Please like on Facebook, like and follow. Please like the video as well. Please give it a thumbs up on YouTube and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can be notified when I go live on, whether it's Tarot Tuesday, whether it's readings, whether it's my podcast, Just Cindy. I'm so grateful for all of you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. And this was amazing energy. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, even if you were only here for a moment. I hope you have an amazing evening. And you guys know Tarot Tuesday is coming up next Tuesday. Keep your eyes out because I may do something on Sunday. Try Friday, but I'm not positive. But definitely maybe Sunday. I'm thinking about doing something. So I appreciate you guys. You guys have been fantastic. And thanks so much for listening and jokes and just amazing. Robert, you're speechless? I hope that means you enjoyed it, honey. I really do appreciate you guys. You guys mean a lot to me. And come back and see me. Next Thursday, it's going to be more of joking because it's going to be next Thursday, the 23rd, I think it is going to be my children and growing up with a mom or mom aunt because my niece will be here as well. A mom aunt who's psychic and maybe some of the weird things that they heard growing up that may not be like other kids what they hear. So I hope you guys will come. And hey, 2 weeks. The 30th, it's a two-parter. The 30th is going to be a sex talk. I'm going to be on with my sister Norma, who is a pure romance specialist. And we're going to be talking sex. I mean, let's just call it what it is. We're going to be talking about sex. So if you want to come join us and talk about sex and maybe see some of the things that she has, I mean, that's amazing, right? And then Friday night, the 31st, we are going to be doing my sister's welcome to Pure Romance party. So we're going to be doing that as well. So I hope you guys will come in and watch and join and laugh and watch for my my thing on that. I'm not going to do that one on this, but we'll do it on my Cindy K. Thompson page. So if you want to be in on that, you can. I apologize that no men identifying people can be in her personal group, but I do have this. So this is if you are liking lotions, potions, toys, dildos, whatever, you can reach my sister and you'll be able to see what she offers right down there. So it's pureromance.com / Norma Warner. Okay, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's been a little bit of everything tonight, and you guys are awesome, and I hope you'll come again. Okay, I'll let you guys know what the upcoming calendar for tonight, for Thursday's show is. But I really do appreciate you guys coming. So you take care. Have a most blessed night. Remember to smile. Remember to say I love you to yourself in the mirror as you wash your hands after going to the bathroom, because if you don't, it's disgusting. So just love on yourselves and love on your others that are around you. Okay. So, and if you don't have any love for anybody else that you can love on yourself. I appreciate you guys. Oh, Amy, yes. Watch a sister consultant, girl. Yes. Tune in from New Zealand 2 weeks' time. She will not be talking about the number after 5. What? Thanks so much, Nick. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. And you guys take care of yourselves. Okay. I love you. Good night.